Monster Jam fans, welcome out to Camping World Stadium, show 3 of 3 in this incredible action-packed weekend here in Orlando, Florida. Monster Jam's first stop in Florida here in the 2020 year, one of the most iconic homes with Monster Jam getting its first taste of these monster trucks here since the beginning of 2020. It was over a year without monster trucks here in the Sunshine State, and now they have returned, and they have returned with some glory. We're coming off an incredible 2-show day from the Saturday event. I mean, we had a great first show, and the second show was the best show so far in 2021. Let's see what the Sunday night show has in store as these drivers get ready to wrap up Orlando. The drivers are not quite done with Florida yet, though. They will head out to Jacksonville next weekend and then Tampa the weekend after. So the Florida fans are getting a nice taste of Monster Jam for a couple of weeks here, and I'm sure all of the fans are so excited to get out there. But this is the last time here at Camping World Stadium for the time being, so you know that they're going to go out with a bang. It's a beautiful, sunny daytime show. We are so pumped to get these Monster Jam trucks back onto the track for one final time here for you fans in Orlando. Are you guys ready? This is Monster Jam. Let's see those trucks for the first time today. 12 Monster Jam trucks entering the track right now, all competing for one trophy today, and in the end game, the overall Tour Championship trophy that they'll be getting in just a few months. But tonight they're focusing just on that overall event championship, with 36 points up for grabs tonight from racing, skills, and freestyle. All the drivers on the track right now are getting themselves ready for an action-packed 3-competition day. The drivers all getting themselves set up for what is going to be the first of the 3 events, that is racing. Racing, always an exciting event, the high-speed competition. In the first race of the night, we have Lindsay Reed and Scooby-Doo in the near lane taking on Jim Kohler and Avenger in the far lane. In this competition, this is a Chicago-style track. You're going to see each driver jump over the ramps 3 times, and when they cross that finish line, the winner of the race goes on to the second round. Jim Kohler right now with a slight lead going into the final turn as Lindsay Reed with a big mistake, but Jim Kohler hits that jammer, but I don't think it's going to matter. He goes over the final jump and is your race winner tonight in the first race of the night. He's going to the second round. The next race here, we have Todd the Duke and Monster Energy taking on Cole Vennard in the Black Pearls. You saw Todd the Duke there started off at a bit of an angle trying to set himself into that first turn a little bit nicer. Now keep in mind, 4 drivers have automatic buys into the second round, so there are 8 trucks in the first and second rounds as well. So both of the first 2 rounds, the same amount of trucks. Todd the Duke will join the second round bracket as he wins over Black Pearl. Now we have Corey Rummel and Rage and Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger. Corey Rummel and Rage has been bad fast on this track so far since they brought it here in 2021. Kristen Anderson still trying to figure it out. This would be a huge win for her. Oh my goodness, Kristen Anderson looking fast, but it's not going to take down Corey Rummel just yet. Still so good. The next race here in round 1 is the final race of round 1. Jamie Garner overboard, Tom Entz, Max D. Fire as they get ready to finish round 1. The winner of this race will take on some driver that had a bye run in the second round. Tom Entz has the lead, but is all over the place. Jamie Garner, a wide open lane to take home a win. Over the final jump there, dead even, and Jamie Garner capitalizes on Tom Entz's failure, moves on. Now here in the second round, Adam Anderson's in the near lane. He had a bye run into this round, taking on Jim Kohler and Avenger, but Adam Anderson with some problems right off the bat there. Not too sure what that was. The truck kind of jump-started there right at the green, and Jim Kohler taking advantage right now, but he is having some problems there as he is all over the place. And Jim Kohler with a massive error in that final turn, and Adam Anderson, even with the truck that's not working right, moving on. Now in this next matchup, we have Ari Musauer and Zombie, who had the bye run, taking on Todd the Duke and Monster Energy. Both of these drivers, great racers. Only one of them can go to the semifinals, and right now Todd the Duke looking good going to the final turn with a truck and a half length lead. And over the final jump, Ari Musauer giving it his all, but he will not take down Monster Energy as Todd the Duke moves on. Now we have Corey Rummel and Rage taking on Ryan Anderson in the Dragonoid. Ryan Anderson, the driver in this race that had a bye run. So getting a bye run into the second round is either a curse or a blessing, because you didn't get to race on in the first round where the driver you're taking on already won a race. Ryan Anderson, some smoke coming out of the back of the truck. And that is going to be a problem for Ryan Anderson, as he will not even complete the race, as Corey Rummel's still flying, takes home a win. Now the next race here in round 2, we have Jamie Garner and Overboard taking on Bryce Kenny and the Mohawk Warrior. This is the final race of round 2 before we get to the final 4. Bryce Kenny with about a 2-truck length lead right now. Jamie Garner, massive ground to make up, but Bryce Kenny is going to take it. It's Jamie Garner going to do a donut in the turn, handing the win to Bryce Kenny. So Jamie Garner, unfortunately, going to have to get rid of his hopes of winning racing tonight. Now in the semifinals, a matchup of two titans in the near lane. We have Adam Anderson in Megalodon, whose truck's still not working right, is taking on Todd the Duke in Monster Energy. Adam Anderson, for some reason, not getting any kick here. And Todd the Duke is taking massive advantage of it, going to the final turn. If Todd the Duke is clean here, this is his race. And indeed it is. Todd the Duke taking down the ailing Megalodon there as he is moving on to the final round. Now the winner of this race here will go to the final round against Todd the Duke. It's Corey Rummel and Rage and Bryce Kenny and the Mohawk Warrior. Corey Rummel, as usual, is bad fast tonight. Bryce Kenny's been a little more conservative, but it has paid off. Corey Rummel, as usual, getting high speed through the final turn over the jump. And your winner is Corey Rummel and Rage, heading to the final round. Now the final two drivers standing tonight are battling for the racing trophy. Corey Rummel and Rage, Todd the Duke and Monster Energy fighting for the racing win tonight. Corey Rummel has been bad fast all weekend long, and on this track specifically is ridiculously good, but Todd the Duke has a lead. And so the video unfortunately cut off there, but your winner was Monster Energy, Todd the Duke, taking home 12 points on the road to the overall event championship. Wish we could have seen it. Unfortunately, the video did just end there. But now we have the skills competition here as Lindsay Reed starts us off with a killer sky wheelie and breaks the rear end. That is it for Scooby-Doo. The score of 5.388. Now, Cole Vennard and the Black Pearl comes out. Also, keep in mind, Dragonoid can't compete here. We'll see if he can come back for freestyle. Cole Vennard popping it backwards, a reverse popper, and he is sitting it. Can he balance it better? Racing lane, walking it up there, and he does. Nice move. I know that was not English at all, that I just said. He has one hit to go here. You can do two moves on two wheels or one donut. Lindsay Reed only got one hit, so that is going to kill her in the score. Cole Vennard, two pretty good hits there. Black Pearl with a 7.783, a new leader. Now Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger, the third truck out, trying to set the bar high for the rest of the drivers out here, maybe taking home a skills win. She's won a few skills competitions in the arenas, not one yet here in the stadiums. Can this be her day? And no, it is not. Not really anything on that bicycle attempt. Maybe she can make up for it again. She is going to try and get some redemption here. She's not letting that bicycle beat her. Here she goes again, and indeed it will beat her. So Gravedigger with a very tough run, a 3.226. That is last place right now. Next up, it is Tom Mentz and Max D Fire. Tom Mentz has just been really struggling in racing, so it's led to him having to come out early here in the skills competition. But he's trying to maximum moonwalk to boost up those points. Tom Mentz and the maximum moonwalk looking very good. A very solid move there, and Mentz almost kissing the wall, but he's so good, sets it down. One move left for Tom Mentz. So many skills wins in his career, even so many just this year alone. On the front two wheels again, and he pops it back, trying to get that balance perfectly on the front two wheels. He wants this move to last as long as possible for you fans here in Orlando. Some of the fans in attendance today might have seen him win that skills championship in 2019 because of moves like this, walking the stoppie all the way along the track. What a move. Tom Mentz takes the lead with a 9.352. Next up here is Jim Kohler in Avenger getting vertical on a sky wheelie there, and he walks it across the top of the pad. Jim Kohler, this beautiful World Finals 20 Avenger body. With 1 move to go, another sky wheelie getting airborne there. Monstrous hang time. And then on the sidewalls a little bit, he is flying around, and that is it. The truck is on its lid. It's an 8.765, so Avenger showing up to play, leading into Zombie. This is Bari Musauer lining up on that jammer, going for a slap wheelie, but it kicked him weird, and that is hit number 1. Bari Musauer, 1 move to go. He is lining up for that racing lane. This is a bicycle attempt here from Zombie, and he is working it nicely. 2 good hits. It's a 7.625, but still, nobody's taken down Tom Meents. Now trying to do that, this is Jamie Garner in Overboard. Popping it into a reverse popper. He's getting it enough acceleration to try and walk it up the ramp, but doesn't get that much. He does have 1 move to go here. Lining up on the same triple threat pod, but he is going instead now for a stoppie on the front 2 wheels. There he goes. Just missing that nose hitting the ground, and that is it for Jamie Garner in Overboard, a 6.424. Next up, Adam Anderson and Megalodon. We'll see if the truck got itself fixed because he had some major issues in racing, and he seems to have them figured out because a tail-dragging slap wheelie all the way down the track. What an incredible move. The longest slap wheelie of the year by far. He does have 1 more move left to try and impress the fans and take Tom Meents out of the hot seat. Going for a bicycle, getting a little dangerously close to the ramp, and he stuffs it in, keeps it on all 4s. Megalodon at 8.749. Still, Max D is your leader with a 9.352. Now, Mohawk Warrior, this is Bryce Kenny. Putting it into a stoppie. And he is going to try and moonwalk it up the ramp, but it did not work very well. He does have 1 more hit to go. Lining up here for hit number 2, this is Mohawk Warrior Bryce Kenny. On the front 2 wheels, walking it right on the nose. He needs to have a very impressive second hit here if he wants to take the lead from Tom Meents. And he will set it down. 2 good hits. It's an 8.190. Now we have your runner-up in the racing competition. This is Rage, driven by Corey Rummel. He pops it on the front 2 wheels, setting it, balancing it on the front 2. He's dancing around on the front 2 wheels, and now he's going to moonwalk it over the ramp. What a great first hit from Rage. So he set himself up nicely to try and take down Tom Meents, and he needs to have a really good second hit here. Putting it into a stoppie on the front 2 wheels. Thrown in reverse into a moonwalk. Oh my goodness, a reverse backflip in the air from Corey Rummel. Shades of Adam Anderson right there. What an incredible move, taking the lead with a 9.761, which will lead us into the final truck here in the skills competition, Monster Energy. This is Tom LeDuc trying to beat what Corey Rummel just did is going to be almost impossible, but LeDuc is looking great right now with 1 incredible stoppie. He has 1 hit to go. Lining up for a bicycle here. Oh my goodness, what a great bicycle into a stoppie. What a move out of Tom LeDuc. It is a good run of an 8.970, but your winner is Corey Rummel in Rage. How about that? Corey Rummel right now has gotten 2nd in racing and 1st here in the skills, and now it's Bryce Kenny in the Mohawk Warrior. That racing ramp is steep right there. That is monstrous. Look at how big that racing lane is. Oh, we're going to have some hang time here in freestyle. Bryce Kenny freestyling right now. He is the first driver. He's the little guinea pig to show us what we have here for freestyle. 2 minutes to do whatever you want on this track. Bryce Kenny is off with a great start. He is having really nice air his first 3 hits in. I still can't get over that move from Corey Rummel. That was incredible. We'll see what he can do here in freestyle, but right now all eyes are on Bryce Kenny as he is just whipping that Mohawk around. So far, it seems like the ramps are a little steeper today than they have been in the past. That could lead to some sick air tonight. Hitting that jammer, and oh boy, the truck is flipping over. Can he get a save? It is rolling and on its lid. Mohawk Warrior is down a 7.499. Now with an open door to take a lead coming out second. This is Gravedigger, driven by Kristen Anderson. Kristen Anderson still in hunt for her first major stadium competition win. She has not won any yet. Coming out second in freestyle is not going to help her, but right now, as I've done for every freestyle so far this year, we have a checklist for these drivers to take care of. And as of right now, I mean, it's not very long. I mean, you don't really need to do much. You just need to have okay momentum and pretty good air and make it past the minute in the run. You should have a pretty good chance. And right now, Kristen Anderson is looking solid. The momentum right now pretty good. I mean, the throttle rhythm is always top-notch when you've got an Anderson behind the wheel. I have high hopes for Kristen Anderson. I think that one day she'll really blossom into this great driver, but she needs to just get control of that truck a little bit. She's got a lot of learning to do over the next year or so, but she has a great opportunity. She is surrounded by 11 of the best Monster Jam drivers in the world who are going to teach her so much this year and turn her into the driver that she can be, and she has already come an incredible long way since the first event of the year, and she is on her lid. A similar ending there to what we saw at a Mohawk Warrior, and the score is a 7.489, so not even enough to take the lead, but Tom Meents announcing his presence right off the bat is showing why he should be able to take the lead. Need okay momentum, pretty you know what, whatever. Get past a minute in the run, Tom Meents, you'll be your leader. Tom Meents doing a very good job right now. Going for the jammer, getting some sick air. Now lining up for the other jammer and sending it right now. Tom Meents is flying. Tom Meents is just absolutely launching this Max D fire truck right now. Without question, a clear chance for him to take the lead. He just needs to really get through the time. This freestyle track looks like it's going to be a really hit or miss. You're going to either have 2 minutes of an incredible freestyle run because of the jumps we've seen, or you're going to go down early like we've seen the first two drivers do by overshooting yourself and flipping over because you can't really get control of it because you overshot it. No problem for Tom Meents right now, though, getting some nice air. That racing lane might be a little too steep because, I mean, you're getting such big air on that, you don't really want to hit it that hard. I think he's going to go for the backflip here. He is. The backflip ramp in his sights. Tom Meents, the first driver to attempt it today, and he stuffs it in on the nose. Unfortunately, can't land it. It's an 8.657 for Max D Fire, though, so he will take the lead. Now what we have overboard. I mean, right now, this is a wide open door for the fourth truck out right now to take the lead. Jamie Garner getting huge air off the bat. So we do have a little bit of an updated checklist now for Tom Meents in the hot seat. I mean, you need to have pretty good air, solid momentum, and an attempted backflip. And right now, Jamie Garner's air is already pretty much at the level that we saw Tom Meents early in his run. Jamie Garner has really torn his bodies up this year. He nosedives it in and a pill. What on earth was that? A nose pick. Unfortunately, the truck is on its lid, but that was insane. Overboard a 7.212. That is crazy, which will lead us into Zombie. Also, keep in mind, one truck is not competing. Unfortunately, that is Rage. Corey Rummel cannot freestyle, so a chance at an overall event championship is gone out the window. So Bari Musawwir coming out. He is the fifth truck out already, and right now, not a single driver has even filled the clock. And, well, what a better guy to do just that than Bari Musawwir. Score to beat an 8.657 from Tom Meents and Max D Fire. He needs to have pretty good momentum, solid air, and an attempted backflip. Bari Musawwir is also a guy that can definitely throw down 2 minutes. I think that's going to be important to getting a good score. You might not need to do those other things if you just fill the clock right now, considering that nobody's done that. Going for the jammer here, setting himself on top of that triple threat pod. Bari Musawwir, such great control of that Zombie truck. He's had some solid freestyles this year, including a freestyle win from back in Houston. But Bari Musawwir has definitely come a long way. Very similar to Kristen Anderson. I'll put Bari Musawwir in a category that this is also going to be a nice year to learn a lot from Musawwir. A driver who has been around the sport for a while is flipping over and is on his lid. And Zombie, unfortunately, is done. That's an 8.241 for Bari Musawwir, so he will not take the lead. And now Jim Kohler, another guy, a wide open door. So Tom Meents still sitting in the hot seat right now. This has been one of the quickest freestyles. of the year. We're coming off the best freestyle of the year, and we're translating it pretty much into what is right now the worst. Kind of crazy how those things can happen, but Jim Kohler is looking to change that beat nice and quickly. Getting a nice launch there. Jim Kohler, known for his big air. You can expect him to get some of that here in this run, considering the jumps we've seen tonight. Lining up for one on the jammer. Monstrous air. That was some big hang time. I'm sure he felt that in the pit of his stomach. Jim Kohler not afraid to go big, and with some of these ramps, I completely anticipate him to get some incredible air. Already has gotten one incredible hit so far tonight. I'm expecting another one, maybe even a few, with half of his run still to go. His momentum has just been a nice step up this year from what we've seen in years past. This has really been a great year for Jim Kohler. He is taking such advantage of the fact that he can compete here on a stadium tour with all of these drivers in the first quarter. All eyes are on this tour, and he is getting some big air. I mean, this has just been an impressive season for him. This is the kind of year that Jim Kohler needed. He had a bit of time off, and now they gave him the call. He was one of the lucky 12 to compete on a stadium tour, and I think that really energized him. He is now lining up for a mini flip here. Oh my goodness, no he's not. He hit it at a weird angle, trying to get something crazy out of it, and that Avenger body is wrecked again. It's a 7.951, and now it's Lindsey Reed who got some big air on that racing lane. And so far, not a single driver has filled the clock. Lindsey Reed probably as good of a candidate as any to do that right now. She's always a consistent driver, and as you can tell early on in this run, it seems like she is just eating up seconds right now to try and get that clock filled. Definitely put in a tough spot, because when you're a driver like Lindsey Reed, someone who 99% of the time will fill the clock, in an event like this, I'm sure there are people in her ears saying, you better fill that clock, just go out there, we don't care what you do, you've got to fill the clock. And, you know, that's just the tough situation that she's being put in, that she wants to go big with these big ramps, but she's going to have to hold back a little bit so that she can put on a good show for the fans. Going over that racing lane there, so right now she's just taking it easy. It seems like that is her goal, to be the first driver to fill the clock tonight. Nice air out of her. I mean, this is what you would want for a run. I mean, for a girl like her who really gets big air, and I mean, almost every big hit she gets puts that truck on the line. She breaks a lot of trucks and flips over a lot. You know, she wants to get that big air, but she really can't, because you're running the risk of breaking the truck, because she has really been known for getting those really vertical sky wheelies on her jumps that oftentimes break the rear end of the truck. Lining up for a sky wheelie on the step up here, and didn't really get much air out of it. So this is just right now pretty simple. This is just a throw down 2 minutes. Getting some more solid air, but I mean right now I don't think it will even be enough to take the lead. And she pops a tire too, so they might even have to shut her off. I don't think they're going to, though. I think they're going to let her run. But, I mean, it's also important to fill a clock in an event, because with 12 trucks, I mean, I was there at the Houston show. Shows are only 2 hours. Normally, these shows are 3 hours, so they don't want to shortchange the fans any more than they already really have to. And that is the end of her run. So she does fill the clock, the first driver to do that tonight. I can't tell you the score because it's wrong on the Monster Jam website. So I have no idea what the score is, but it is not enough to take the lead based on where they put her standing-wise. Now Adam Anderson in Megalodon is coming out, and he has looked very good this weekend. By far the most impressive Adam Anderson has looked, and the most comfortable he has looked in this Megalodon truck here in 2021. It seems like he is finally starting to figure it out. He took a few weeks to kind of let his body recover, but now it seems like he is getting back into form with big air like that off of the jammer. Adam Anderson has for a long time been one of the top 3 drivers in Monster Jam, and this year he has just not been having it come easily for him. Him and his brother both have really struggled to have that truck under their control. Drivers who are normally so good at controlling their machines. But it seems like this weekend, getting to Orlando, especially, I mean, just having that time off was really good for him, and it clearly paid off. Getting some really good air right now. This is certainly solid air compared to what we've been seeing so far tonight. I mean, I don't even really have a good checklist for you. You just need to fill the clock and attempt a backflip, I would say, and you should have an easy lead for you. And Adam Anderson getting really big air in this freestyle. This is starting to look more like a typical Adam Anderson freestyle. Something we've been waiting to see all year. Just that unleashed air, momentum. He's got 30 seconds on the clock. And he is going to whip that truck around, getting that Megalodon, the big shark, lining up for a backflip. And he sets it down. Megalodon, a completed backflip, the first one of the night. And now his goal is just to fill the clock, and getting huge air like that is definitely going to boost his score. And a night like tonight where freestyle's just been all but really exciting. Tossing it into a donut now, whipping that Megalodon down to the wire as he will finish off his time. A great run from Megalodon, enough for the lead at a 9.718. Now out in freestyle, so Corey Rummel and Rage does get to come out. Interesting. On here it says that he does not get to compete, so that is unfortunate. But at least he is out here getting to freestyle with a chance to get an overall event championship. Corey Rummel and Rage lining up for the jammer here, getting some nice air as he sends himself over the center of the track. Oh my goodness, a wheel comes off and he lands it! However, that is the end of the run, and that is not going to fulfill the time requirement. That is a 0 from Rage. So on the website it is labeled as a 0. I didn't notice that it said didn't complete minimum time, so that's why I thought he didn't compete. He did compete. It was a solid 30 seconds, but not enough for him to take the lead, and Adam Anderson right now is just having it handed to him. Todd the Duke is out now freestyling, and he is one of the final few. He still needs to freestyle, Cole Vidard needs to freestyle, and so does Ryan Anderson, and that is it for the freestyle competition tonight. So Todd the Duke included. There are 3 trucks freestyling still tonight, and well, right now Todd the Duke, Adam Anderson had a really high score, but there is definitely an opportunity to one-up Adam Anderson. Adam Anderson's run was good. It was a typical Adam Anderson freestyle, but one big wow moment, including some big air, could be enough for you to take a lead. I would say right now you need to have great momentum, really great air, and a completed backflip, as well as 2 minutes fully on the clock. And a guy like Todd the Duke, a guy like Ryan Anderson can definitely do that. And Todd the Duke airing it out. Something we have been wanting to see from him so far this year. He has really not had that typical Todd the Duke air. Seems like tonight might be the night that he finally unleashes his wings. Still, though, seems like he hasn't really gotten to where I want him to be to make out some of those checkpoints. I mean, maybe the momentum is there, but the air hasn't been. But he is lining up here for a backflip. A completed backflip is huge. Oh, and he won't complete it cleanly. Can he save it? Oh my goodness, no! On his lid. So Monster Energy's done. It's at 8.727. Not a win for Todd the Duke, but this guy came in second last night. He wants to win today. Cole Vidard in Black Pearl. That beautiful Black Pearl truck. I would say top 5 most beautiful Monster Jam trucks in the game right now. Black Pearl is definitely in that. Cole Vidard threw down a crazy freestyle last night. Got the fans really riled up towards the end of their event. He now sets himself up for what is set to be his last freestyle here in Orlando. And one final shot at getting a crazy wow moment that kind of lives up to what he did in 2018. And as a second to last truck out here, this is a huge opportunity for him. He's going to give a little love tap to his former captain, Adam Anderson. But, I mean, this is a chance for him to take home a big freestyle win, and a move like that off the jammer will definitely help. So far, some smooth air. I don't really think he's checked off any boxes, though. I think he needs to get a little bit bigger air, and I think the momentum needs to be a little better, too. Former Gravedigger driver definitely shows it in the way he drives. One of the top freestylers in the sport. There's a reason why they asked him to be a member of this tour, because he is going to throw down a great run no matter what competition he's in. lining up for the backflip ramp. A chance to check off his first box of the night. Cole Vennard, the Black Pearl, and he lands it. Oh, maybe even went for a little moonwalk there, but he didn't quite get it. He is still rolling with some time left on the clock to show off for these fans, so he does complete a backflip. Now a chance of filling the clock. Oh my goodness, he is going full throttle for that jump. Right now, he is about to finish his run. And that pinning right there against the backflip ramp will mean that his run is over. He is going to set it up on top of the step up. I mean, he filled the clock and had the backflip, but he will not take the lead. It's a 9.217. But there's one truck left to come out here in freestyle, and that is Ryan Anderson's Dragonoid announcing his presence right off the bat. You know he is mad, did not get to compete in the skills competition, got knocked out in racing because of a truck problem. So now a chance to get some redemption, throwing that Dragonoid truck just into the ground. And you know it wouldn't make him any happier but to knock out his brother Adam Anderson. And a monstrous leap clearing the triple threat pod with that jammer. Not many people have done that this year. It's really only been Jamie Garner that has. But Dragonoid right now is getting big air. I'd say the momentum is really on pace to check off that box, and so is the air. So Ryan Anderson looking good here in Orlando. Camping World Stadium has had one incredible weekend of Monster Jam. Freestyle today was a little disappointing with a lot of drivers going out early, but still, it has been a great weekend. Hope the fans had a great time. Obviously, if you enjoyed the show, you can go to monsterjam.com, buy your tickets there for another nearby show. Like I said, there's shows in Jacksonville and Tampa. This weekend is Jacksonville, next weekend is Tampa. Getting some nice air, so if you're in Florida and you don't want to miss out on another show, there's definitely a chance. Getting monstrous air over that racing lane. Finally, someone hitting it with some authority. So I'm going to give him the checkbox on the momentum. The air, almost. I mean, it's been about what you want, but I mean, in order to take a lead, I think he's going to need to have a little bit better air or maybe a wow moment in there. Oh gosh, going for the jammer, and again he clears it. He almost lost his run there because he hit it a little too hard, but still. I mean, the air from Ryan Anderson, check off the box. He is getting it. And on the sidewalls here with a bicycle, setting it down. He's got to hit that backflip, though, if he wants to try and take a lead, but he's not going to. He's going to opt for one more giant leap here at the end of the time. A giant leap for Mankind for Ryan Anderson, but not enough for him to take home a lead. A 9.319, meaning that your winner is Adam Anderson and Megalodon. What a night tonight in Orlando. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.